Wait, do you ever get disappointed when you're showing someone something for the first time and you really want them to get it? And
No,
they
not
don't?
at all. I think
Yes.
Oh.
Matt knew exactly where I was
Absolutely.
going with that question.
I'm clearly an Eeyore.
I'm probably Rue.
I'm a Christopher Robin with a poo rising.
And then I get in a canoe and I'm like, Claire's don't like canoes.
No, they don't.
I'm afraid of this lake.
That's exactly what it was.
Ow.
It was a beautiful moment in our friendship. I was
literally in the middle of getting her up and down the
Pathetic.
stairs. Ow. I was like, I'm trying to get my hair done. I'm like, God.
I don't think that's an accurate representation of my owl.
Well, you were in such pain you couldn't see clearly. So,
Trauma.
Thank you for listening to the Last Will podcast. I'm Matt Young. I'm a theater educator and a parent. And ever since I lost my father to cancer, I have been mildly obsessed with death. This is my last will and testament. Brene Brown once said, "Rejection is a part of the process. We can't avoid it, but we can learn to embrace it." Today's topic, it's all about rejection, a place I'm very, very familiar with, or at least I think I am. I think I'm more familiar with it than I probably am. I end up talking about doing more rejection than I do feeling rejection, which doesn't feel like my life at all. Anyways, it's just Claire and I today, and I hope you enjoy the episode. Just gotta look for your chapstick. All right. We are rolling.
Yo.
We are up and going. There's something missing today, Claire.
I know. The other end of the table just doesn't seem...
It's
like
empty. There's no Aloysius.
Aw.
There's no...
He's got a new one. Denise.
No, Denise has been around between us for a long time.
Oh.
Anytime he wants to, he's yelling at me, and then he has a side character that just shows up, like in the scene, like a third character. It's always Denise.
Oh.
So
Maybe I knew that. Maybe I just... My memory is like... really only spans like 3 months back.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Or like 2 years ago.
Oh.
It's just weird. Like the things that I've remembered and then the things that I have completely forgotten is a little concerning. Not the things I remember, but the things I've forgotten. Oh, but then there's the things that I think that I've remembered, but I've remembered them incorrectly.
I couldn't remember whipped cream the other day.
The word?
Yeah, like I knew what I was talking about, but I couldn't remember the word whipped cream. And that's not the first time that that's happened recently, where it's something that I should absolutely know. I mean, sometimes it's an actor's name or something, or even a person's name. And I'm like, who is that? I mean, look, sometimes they have different names on Facebook, and you're like, I can't remember what their first real name is.
Yeah, that annoys me.
So you're like, oh, can I get all your contact information?
Yeah.
Anyway, so memory. Poof. Grady's not here today.
Yeah. And we have no guest speaker today.
No, we don't have. There's not another Kenny because Mrs. Kenny is busy, or we didn't ask her.
We didn't ask her yet, but because I have my sights set on somebody else right now. But no, we can because we have all this. We have a couple dates coming up where we don't have Grady.
Yes.
So
Grady's got a busy schedule.
If my mom's interested, we could do that.
Yeah, we could fill that in. But we do have hopefully a guest coming on in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, he still has to confirm with me.
Oh.
Yeah.
He
was like, let me just check to make sure I don't have something coming up. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Oh.
Like, but can you get back to me soon?
Yeah, because we got to make a schedule.
We are very busy.
We're very professional.
So important here.
So today, Claire, we're in trouble. We're so in trouble. You are going to have to get paid, I believe, as my psychiatrist. I don't think there's any way around it.
I don't think you should pay me because you technically do pay me in like presents and donuts, and
oh well,
you pay for things that I didn't ask you to pay for that are like really cool.
Thank you. You're welcome. I don't know which one. You may be working overtime is all I'm saying, because I looked at this. We're going to do rejection as our topic. And when I looked at the myths associated to rejection, check.
Okay.
So we may have a lot of things for Matthew to be working out today.
Yeah, I'm.
So Dr. Claire is in the office.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what AI has to say and what's gonna unfold today. I'm gonna grab another.
Yeah, please. Is it gonna be? It's gonna be weird for the audience to like get to the topic within the first 5 minutes. because that's not. Last week, if we keep on schedule, I think there was poop talk for about 11 minutes.
There's so much poop talk.
Yeah.
So crazy.
If there was a poop talk on TikTok, we would be in it.
A poop
Like they have
TikTok.
book talk and they have, I'm sure, Lord of the Rings talk, which I get a lot of. But if they have poop talk, then we definitely. Anyways,
Go ahead.
rejection. We may have a lot to talk about here. Rejection is the act of dismissing or refusing something or someone. It often refers to the refusal of an idea, proposal, offer, or request. In social contexts, it can involve the refusal of a person's affection or presence. Rejection can lead to feelings of disappointment, sadness, or inadequacy, and it can occur in various areas. Wow, let me say that again. Rejection can lead to feelings of disappointment, sadness, or inadequacy, and it can occur in various areas, including personal relationships, job applications, and creative endeavors. Oh my God, I have been dealing with all three of those, and they all feel the same lately. I am, and by the time this goes up, I will have cast this play, but I have been struggling to cast this play and get someone to fill in these last two roles, but then this last role, and the amount of rejection, and maybe because I'm casting a female role, it feels even more.
Because this rejection is not typically what you share about with us, which is typically like romantic rejection.
Exactly.
You've been experiencing professional rejection.
Yeah, it honestly, it feels like I'm on a dating app. And I'm just getting rejected and rejected. Like there's a little conversation and then rejection. Little conversation, then rejection. At least 7 to 8 rejections.
This week?
Not this week, but like since I've really been going. Like if I count the amount of people who have said no, some after reading the script, some before. And granted, the show comes up in an interesting time period at the end of November, which is sometimes tough for people. So much rejection. It has hurt my feelings.
I also got a
lot.
rejection on your behalf.
Did you? Did you ask somebody?
I did ask somebody. I forgot to tell you.
Oh.
And I'm really disappointed that they said no, because they would have been really great.
Really?
Yeah. And they said no because a lack of knowledge of the
plays?
of the play. No, of the play. And also I approached them right after a play that they had just done, and I was talking to them after the show.
Oh, okay.
And it was their closing performance.
Right.
And I know better than to do that. Either an actor already knows what they're doing next, or they're not doing anything next.
Right.
So to really approach someone and be like, hey, actually, I think you'd be super great in this play about this. And they were like, what's that? And I really tried to explain.
Was it the same play that I saw? Mm-hmm. Because I got 2 rejections from that play as well.
You must not have asked maybe you asked the 2 people that I didn't ask.
Maybe. It's nice to get rejected by a full play. You know?
Well, there was only 3 women that we could have asked.
Yes.
Actually, no, 4.
4.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, you obviously didn't ask this person because they had never heard of this before.
Right. No, I asked the other. I definitely asked the other 2. One of them, I asked early on. Mm-hmm. I knew they were in this play, but they also worked on my last play, and so I was like, even before rejection was a thing in this play, I had asked her to do it because I just want her to do work because she's terrific and she should be in every production.
Well, yeah, and it's really hard.
And then she killed in this production, so then
oh my
that
God.
was like
well,
unbelievable.
and also the disappointment that I had for this person saying no, I was like, you don't understand. Like, I know you would be good in this. And it's not a super serious role, I don't think, for you. You would be great at it, but don't turn it down just because you don't know the content.
Right, like let's get you the content.
But yeah, I mean, I think I get it, because actually, I mean, the rejection was pretty fleeting, and I was like, I should know better. I should have thought this a little bit.
No,
more.
I appreciate the effort. I didn't ask you.
Very good.
To be in it.
Sorry, I'm eating a donut.
Did I ask you? Because I feel like I must have known it was a no, and I just wanted you to feel like you were a part of the thing.
We had a conversation. We were texting, but this was like right in the swing of the last show I was doing.
Yeah.
And I was frantic. And you said that you announced that you were doing the show, and I was I actually would have considered doing it if this were a year out, but your time frame was so soon.
Oh, it was awful.
And I know this
So
show, and I know how crazy it is for like lines, and I hate memorizing lines. So I knew I couldn't, but
What if I let you say all of your dialogue with donut in your mouth?
I probably, but
Would that
it's still
have
a lot.
changed?
It would be still a lot, and then
Yes.
eventually I would just have to tell you that I can't do it with the donut anymore.
But I think I'd win that one.
But you know what? I remember saying to you, I was like, no, that show is way too serious for me.
And it's not. Well, it has a lot of serious stuff in it, but it is also, I would definitely say, a comedy as well. Certainly more of a comedy than The Bear. Anyways, that award situation is silly. No, I didn't feel like you were on the board. I didn't ask our other friend Pink to do it because she just can't give away shifts. I didn't want her to feel bad about giving away shifts, especially with how much she had to sacrifice for Wonderettes.
I think she's also had to turn some work down because she's overworked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew that was off the table.
I actually really enjoy watching the show, and I really wanted to just watch it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
I think also my thing was I don't want to go to any rehearsals. So no.
At night, I don't want to go out unless I choose to go out.
I don't.
I don't want to be on a schedule.
I want to obsess over a book and watch a show and enjoy Christmas.
Speaking of side rejections, and we haven't talked about this at all.
Oh my God, what?
The book that I got you for your birthday. You haven't brought it up at all.
Oh,
I think
okay.
you started it. I think there's going to be some more rejection.
No, so this summer I ate 4 books.
Yes, which is not the best way to digest them.
But they were, I had like a sinus procedure, and I was in recovery, and I was like kind of miserable, and whatever books I was reading at the time just really took me out of my world, and it was really, really, really wonderful.
Nice.
And they actually were young adult fiction books, and I didn't know that at the time, but it makes sense because
that may be your groove.
Yeah, I think it's my groove because I was just really happy. I mean, I also like rejected every other like social part of my life at that point because I was like, no, I'm going to stay home and read.
I would love to be in that place.
But I guess you can be if you find the right one, right? So, so I read those books, and I remember sharing with Matt and Grady my love for reading these books, this and that. And then for my birthday, Matt got me this book called, wait, don't tell me.
She can't remember.
Wait, Name of the Wind?
Yes.
The Name in the Wind?
The Name of the Wind.
Name of the Wind. And so I was really
Maybe it's in the Name of the Wind. No, it's The Name of the Wind.
I was really excited to start it because I feel like having a book recommendation from a close friend is like really cool.
Yes. It's how I got Curious Incident. That's how I found that one.
And then I visited another bookstore where they had the book featured, and I was like, wow, this has got to be like a really big deal. And then I started reading it.
Oh, no.
And it's fine. It's totally fine. But I haven't gotten past a certain point, I think.
Yes.
And to be fair,
yes,
I did a show in between.
Yes.
So the time that I have to spend reading has been a little bit less.
So you haven't given up?
No, not at all. No.
I do believe that this first section of that book, I didn't want to say it, I guess, because Grady was here or whatever. I struggle with that section, and I wasn't sure that I was going to enjoy it. But like, you have to get into, you got the storytelling where he tells his story.
Yeah, the only thing that's keeping me going is knowing that you're saying that.
Yes.
Because if I had just picked this book up and started reading it, I wouldn't still be trying to read it.
Yeah, the stuff in the bar, I'm like,
No, I'm going on a trip soon, with like a 6-hour flight. So that's one of the books I'm planning on bringing.
Nice.
But
nice.
yeah, we'll see. I mean, I've definitely, like, one of the books that I read this summer, I suggested that a friend read, and she couldn't get into it, and I was very upset.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, we're still friends. It's fine.
Oh, good.
But
good. Good. But it was touch and go there for a while.
I was
right?
like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you
How do
can't,
not, get
I mean,
into
did
this
you
book?
actually go through page
So
4?
our common friend, Miss Clapp, not anymore.
Oh.
She's got a last name that's different, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend, congratulations to her. This will be weeks after her congratulations is necessary. Who was on the podcast, though.
Yeah.
We did Dreams
Mm-hmm.
with this person, Alex. And when we did, I believe, Dancing at Lunasa together, I gifted everybody books afterwards of things that I thought would be fun and for them to read. I may have said this or not, but a friend of ours had recommended this book. And so I gave her this book. And I was like, we'll read it together. And we both couldn't get through the beginning of it and gave up on it.
Oh my! But you ultimately did.
Read that book?
Yeah.
No, I don't think she's read it. And look, it's a good book. I just couldn't get through the beginning.
Not Shadow in the Wind. I mean, Name in the Wind.
No, it's not the Name in the
different
Wind.
book.
A different book.
Got it.
A totally different book by an author who I love. But we both tried to read it, and no, it just didn't take for us.
Yeah, it can be tricky.
No, Name of the Wind was recommended to me after Harry Potter was it was in between Harry Potter. It was after Harry Potter. It was after the last Game of Thrones book, and it was like if you like that stuff and you need something that will feel a little bit like it, try this. And so
I couldn't read Game of Thrones. I mean, I because I had seen the show, and I was like, why am I even reading this when I know certain people are gonna die? It was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was rough. Some of the reading was rough. Some of the show was rough. I'm now looking forward to the books hopefully eventually coming out because we'll have a different ending. Not that I hated the ending.
Will they have a different ending?
Oh, yeah. George R.R. Martin is definitely, because there are different characters still alive.
Oh.
There are characters that, like in the spoilers. Do I have to say this? In the books, Jon Snow is still dead. I mean, I think we all know that he's coming back. But also there, Brienne Tarth and Jaime Lannister are much different situations. And then there is Lady Stoneheart, Lady Stoneheart, which wasn't in the show at all. And she, I think, is going to play a big part in the ending of this story. So we'll see. Also, there's also Daenerys' youngest brother, the prince, is alive.
Yeah, don't know him.
Yeah.
Having never read the books.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things. Okay, Rejection.
So Matt,
I've been dealing with a lot of not trauma, but trauma.
Okay, but question about these people who have turned down the opportunity to do the show, let's say, right?
Yes, it's not about working with me, it's about timing, right?
Yeah, but are there saying no's to you, the rejections, are they like, do they make sense? Are they just saying, no, I don't want to do it? Or they're like, oh, it's time, it's this and that?
Who knows what people are being honest about these days?
Yeah, that's true.
No, I mean, most of them are like, look, the timing's not right for me. We're opening the week before Thanksgiving, and then we're running the week of Thanksgiving without interrupting Thanksgiving, but it can be a tough time for people.
It is, and it's getting closer and closer, and
we're running out of time for sure. But we still have plenty of time. I don't know. I've liked to think that they were all genuine. There are some that have said, "Hey, I just finished reading the script, and I'm sorry, I'm just not going to be able to play with you guys this time." And you're like,
but that's nice and honest.
Yes.
But there are so many people out there that we haven't discovered yet.
That's true. I just got someone to say yes, who is someone I don't know, who was a recommendation from Nancy. Said this may be the perfect person for you, and she's looking for work like this, and this could be really good for her. And I spoke to her, and she said yes, and so we're moving from there.
That's great.
So now it's fully cast, but it was definitely.
But I thought you said it wasn't fully cast.
No, as of last night.
Oh.
As of last night,
Got
yeah. I got the green light. Sent her the schedule. She was like, "These are my conflicts." And look, till she has script in hand, you'll never know. We'll never know.
Yes, except, but that wasn't a rejection. But, okay. All right, so let's...
No, it was, I'm interested in. I'm like, what are these words? I don't understand these words. I am interested. Look, I always think a good script will bring people in, but that's just not always true. And what a good script for one person may not be for another person.
I have a hard time when I'm reading a script. I have a hard time visualizing the play, which is why I'm not a theater studier, because I can't see. I'm more of a literature person. Like, I read a play as if it's literature.
But you don't do. But so you have images in your head though that form, right?
Not for a stage. Not typically. Actually, it's been a long time since I've read a play, so maybe it's a little different today. But
Yeah.
I also might pick up a play and put it down.
I usually have an emotional connection more than I see visually what's going on. Sometimes I'll see visually what's going on, but I'll have an emotional connection to what's going on between characters and stuff like that. This is a fascinating play by Stephen Adly Gurgis called The Last Days of Judas Iscariot, and it is an absurdist courtroom drama about the idea that if Jesus died for everybody's sins, why is Judas still stuck in hell? And so I believe it's a play about forgiveness. It's about self-forgiveness. I don't think it is a religious play at all. It really treats these characters as if they are all real, and it's just a lot of fun to talk about and work through and figure out. And so I just think it's fun. It's got a lot of foul language in it too, so that makes for even more fun. And some people don't like that.
It's a great show. It really is.
So anyway, so that Rejection has definitely unlocked a PTSD in me from my times on the dating apps, for sure.
But they're not the same.
No, but the rejection felt like I was finally getting a swipe right, starting a conversation, and then them either disappearing, going, or not wanting to take things further, or I'll see somebody who I'm like, oh, this is perfect, not perfect, but like this would be a really cool connection, and then of course they never match with you, and so rejection and stuff like that.
Well, I feel like the rejection on the dating apps is like, it has to be taken with a grain of salt, because
absolutely, it's a fucking mess.
Well, because also, like, we're all on there and we're like looking at people like it's a catalog, and you gotta put a pin on one, circle another, and then all of a sudden someone like writes back, and you're like, oh, I didn't expect you to write back, but you're not really the person I wanted to write back, but I took a chance on you, type thing. And then then you find one thing out about them, and then that's it. Maybe it's a non-negotiable.
Yeah. What is a non-negotiable? Because I don't find I have many of those.
You have to have non-negotiables, especially
no
you.
Shit. Thank you.
I have too many.
Especially you.
Well, because you're not discerning enough.
No, because the thing that I like most about people, unfortunately, is if they like me or not, and that's not healthy.
And that's probably the most dangerous thing I've ever experienced in relationships.
Yes, but in the end, I don't go out on a lot of dates, so it's not like any of that.
Well, it's hard too, especially
matters.
if you get one bite and then you go out and you're like, wow, you're incredibly decent.
Yes.
And then you're like, this is it. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, maybe you're not happy with one or two things, but then you push it to the side because this person likes you and no one else has expressed any interest. Anyway, it's never bodes well. So a non-negotiable is, for instance, what is something that you will not tolerate under any circumstance from another human being?
Oh, that's a real question to me?
That's a question to you.
I won't stand for they can't really they have to be playful. If they're not playful, that would be the thing.
Yeah.
Like
but you're not going to know that about a person right away, maybe.
I try. But you want to know what my opening question has been the last few whatever?
What?
If you had a choice to be either a narwhal or a unicorn, which would you pick and why? Yeah, Claire's making a face at me like, how on earth are you supposed to meet anybody with that bullshit?
No, I'm thinking about how the fuck I would answer that question.
Yeah, you're a unicorn.
But also, there are people who don't know how to answer that question, which is a good opening, because if that person is like doesn't respond, then that person's not
you'll be very proud of me.
Acceptable for
You'll be very proud of me. One.
It's better than hey.
Yes. Here's a wave for you. No, one of the one person responded to me, I don't answer questions like that. and I said, okay, cool. And I just deleted her.
That's not okay.
Yeah.
So you rejected her.
I did. I rejected her.
Good for you.
Because to me, it's like, look, you're going to take yourself that seriously. I can't.
I don't answer questions like that.
Yes. So, I mean, another one I did for a while was the one we asked in our question section. I've taken our question section and brought it out. Like, if you had a warning label, what do you think it might say?
Oh, okay. Because some of those questions were extremely deep.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've asked a couple of those deep ones.
One. Yeah.
But it feels a little bit playful and
Okay.
stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't know. That's
What did
that's
they
what I'm
say?
looking for.
Have you gotten any responses to that one?
Yes, I do not remember any of the real responses to that, but most people, if they respond, have been somewhat like clever, or even a little like vulnerable.
Yeah.
Which those things are perfect for me. But then I'm lost. What else do I say after that? I don't know what my what are your non-negotiables?
Oh, well, politically, I have some non-negotiables.
Well,
Yeah.
I figured that was.
And actually, it used to not. So let's say.
Can I say there are a lot of beautiful women on Long Island who support the bad guys? And I'm like, oh, not too bad there.
Well, it's weird because
You know how pretty you have to be on a dating app for me to swipe right if you're a right winger. I mean,
no, don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. Oh my God. Well, I have tried on a couple of occasions to look the other way.
Yes.
And I have found.
Were they handsome? Were they very handsome?
I don't even remember. One of them, I knew I didn't even meet them on a dating app, and when I learned about this from them, they tried to justify it, and I had a hard time like even believing that they felt this way because also all of the other things that were important to me in terms of like humanitarianism and this and that, like we had the same views on, but there was a conservative aspect of this person and the way that they were leaning in the ballot.
Well, I like their policies.
That I was like,
Fuck you.
I just don't know if I can tolerate that.
Yeah.
If I can live under the same roof with you, knowing how you voted.
Yeah.
And I kind of hate that I feel that way, except that's what it is today.
But it's not what it used to be. It's not just about policy differences and all of that.
Not today.
No, it's not. And I think if you think that it is, you're being
and
very, very
I have no problem existing with some people who I am friendly with who do that, but like when it comes to dating, the stakes are much, much higher.
Like Grady, for instance, right? He's the avid Trump supporter, right?
Oh my God, stop it, Matt. That is not true.
That's what
listeners.
happens.
That is not true.
That's what happens when you don't show up.
He's not even going to listen to this.
No, he
He's
probably
never
won't.
even know that you slandered him.
He he's never heard the show once.
Oh my God. Other non-negotiables are it's like sometimes things come up that I didn't know were non-negotiable until it's happened.
They have to have two eyes. No cyclopses.
Oh, I've never met one.
Oh, maybe you're not on the right dating app.
But no, there are some things I guess like, okay, so I don't know if I shared this with you guys, but one of the polls that I have on Hinge is, you know how you could make a poll?
Yeah.
One of the polls is...
I think you have shared it, but say it again.
Did I share it on the podcast?
I think so. Has it to do with Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just say, like... Is it a little unfair that I'm making a love of Lord of the Rings non-negotiable? Maybe. But you have to be interested. And you have to want to, like, indulge in it with me. Because if you have criticism, it's going to be a problem.
Can I just say that 75 to maybe 80% of the way that you and I communicate during the week is through Lord of the Rings? Memes or
there's so much more Lord of the Rings stuff out today than there ever was.
Yes, it's
really wonderful.
Delightful.
It's probably one of the only reasons I'm still on social media.
It's the only reason.
Cat memes and Lord of the Rings stuff.
I sent Claire. What even was it? It was a
There were so many.
It was like it was a gate. It was like a pole of a gate had fallen into another pole of a gate's arms, and there was like there were like chains around it, and it looked like Sam holding Frodo.
Yeah.
And it had a little Lord of the Rings thing.
Do you remember the Shire, Mr. Frodo?
Yes. But it was like a stainless steel. No, stainless steel. No, it was like a cement gate or something like that.
They looked like two pawns.
Yes.
They were poles, and they were attached with two chains, and they got entangled up in each other. But one looked like it was holding the other.
I saw that and immediately said, "Claire needs to see this."
It was beautiful. Yeah.
So any other? Because I'm trying to think of what would really other than politically. Because politically, definitely, I swipe left.
I'm pretty upset when people don't use the correct grammar or spelling. And then what's the other thing? Oh, there was one guy that I saw recently, and he left like a voice memo on something that's really, really important to him, and it was all about dogs.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I can appreciate that you like your dog, but like, why do you have to put that on a dating app? Is that really so important to you? Like, I was like, I'm not going to go out with this person because he obviously won't like the fact that I like cats.
Yeah. I mean, right there. It's one of the oldest feuds in the world.
I might have a problem with someone who's allergic to cats because, well, I mean, I actually have a mild allergy to cats, but
it's worth it.
It kind of is. Yeah.
On my voice memo on the Hinge, I'm just talking about the rain. How I like the rain so much.
Oh.
Like, I think it's nice.
Oh, there was another guy.
Oh yeah.
That
we got quiet.
We matched, and I was not sure if I wanted to match with him, but then I gave it 24 hours. He didn't say hi, and then I unmatched with him.
Okay.
But he is a singer and a songwriter.
Ooh.
And a piano player. And he said that one of the things he's like, his prompt said something like, "We'll get along best if," and he said,
"You can hit this note.
If you let me sing to you." And I was like, I don't know. Is it rude if I don't want that? Right. I think I want to be the one to sing to you, but I need you to play the piano.
Yeah, I mean, I want you involved in this.
But I don't.
It would be devastating to him when he hears your voice compared to his shitty, raspy busker. I'm on the corner trying to write.
He had a beautiful tenor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, in fact,
fucking tenors.
There was a little bit, I was like watching him and I was like, I can't date him because he's better than me.
Oh, stop it.
And
Claire.
I can't, I don't think I could do that. Also, that's one of the things I don't know if I could be able to do is date somebody who we would be competing in terms of like who's got what gig type thing.
Isn't that so funny though? Because I would love somebody funnier than I am. Like I take humor seriously, and I think I'm very funny. But like I would if a girl was really funny.
But there's different types of humor.
Oh, absolutely. And some of them go, will you be okay if I'm funnier than you? And I'm always like, you're not gonna be funnier than me. But like if they are, I'll be fine with that. But you don't want a better singer. You know how hard it is to be a better singer than you?
No, but I'm not, like, there are people who've been studying singing forever and ever and ever and went to school for it and write songs and do this and that. And I'm just like, I'm not at that level. I just like to sing for fun.
I have used distance as a rejection. Like I'm talking to this one girl now. She's very, very sweet. We get along. She digs the podcast. But she's in Long Island. And so that's like, it feels long. It feels like far away.
Island.
It feels like where's the middle ground?
Mm-hmm.
And I want someone that if I can see them often, you know?
Mm-hmm. That would be nice.
That would be the
pretty
best part
ideal,
of it.
I think.
So since we're talking about dating, what is the thing that when you've gone out on a date that causes you to reject somebody more than not? Or what happens like in real life if someone asks you out? What are the things that are at the core? Because like for me, I would take the opposite thing. Like if I ask somebody out and they say no, I always assume that it's because I'm overweight and because I'm unlovable and because of the way that I look, or smell, or I always think the worst physical thing, and I always apply it to physical stuff because outside of that, I think I'm terrific. And so I always assume. So what is it for you that when you are
well, let's just say
in rejection mode? No, because I'm sure I'm sure like you're going to say something that will be hard to quantify. Like there's a certain vibe that you get from someone.
Oh,
and,
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's interesting because there's the dating app situation, and then there's the not dating app situation. So there's like the people that you meet in person that you definitely get a different experience, physical experience around meeting them,
right,
than the blind date, let's say, because like let's say you get to know somebody through a show or like
right.
at your job or like just the way that we typically meet people, right? And you might know right away if you're interested in that person, so that when they do ask you out and you have that moment of what your answer is going to be, you've kind of already decided.
You already know in your head.
So for that, I mean, over the years, I've had to kind of work on this because I want to, it's like, do I want to keep this person in my life as a friend, or am I really like offended that they asked me out because I don't like them at all?
How dare you?
Like, ew. But I honestly
see. I always feel like that's what I'm getting is ew.
But also, actually, that's never really happened. I've never had that reaction to anyone, really. But I do think that there have been only like a handful of times where I've been asked to my face.
Right.
It's always over the phone, through texting, on the phone or something. But no, it's always the texting. That gives me such a greater opportunity to think about what I'm going to say.
Right.
And do it in a way that makes sense. I have a really close friend who has had advised me in the past to say, no, thank you. That's it. Because,
I mean, it's a legitimate answer. You don't owe anybody a real explanation.
Yeah, and that's what she says. And I'm like, well, that's all. That's it. I don't have to say no. It's because of blah blah blah, or no, sorry, but I. Blah, 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 blah. She's like, no is a complete sentence.
Yeah, it's true.
And I guess I feel like I do owe an explanation, but I guess my reasons for rejecting people over dating, and when it comes to the dating apps, it's very clear to me when I meet somebody how I feel about them, like right away. As far as like I mean, sometimes it's helpful to actually FaceTime with somebody before you meet them, especially in the dating apps. I did that recently with somebody, and then it seemed to go well. So then we actually had an in-person date.
Yeah. I did that recently too, a couple of weeks ago and stuff like that. It did not go well.
Great.
And there was like silence for a couple of days.
Oh.
And then we were supposed to go out, and I was like, I really did not feel good. And so I was like, oh, okay. I don't feel good. Because I also was like fucking Long Island. And so I had to go into the city, and I was like, I don't want to go into the city.
I did the Long Island thing once. I matched the guy, and then he actually, I didn't realize it was Long Island until afterward.
Yeah, because they're not clear.
Yeah. And then he said something like, oh, no, it's Long Island. Or because he was in Long Island, and obviously I was here. And then he said something about like wanting to build a bridge, and I thought that was funny. We just kept chatting.
Yeah.
But I'm like, we really should stop talking, because I'm not making any effort to go see you.
Right. You want to come see me, maybe, but.
But he also, there was one, we did FaceTime prior. I wasn't 100% about it, but I was willing to meet up with him.
Right.
And then we did, we didn't exactly meet in between. Actually, his journey was a little longer than mine.
Perfect.
But,
take that.
But his next request for a date was, why don't you come over to my place and we'll watch Lord of the Rings? And he had never really watched Lord of the Rings before.
Well, he was really working hard to bait the hook.
When he had told me, because he's like a fantasy guy, but not a Tolkien person. So I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
I'm
Can
like,
you really be?
I'm like, Tolkien is literally the foundation of today's fantasy.
Yeah.
So how can you not have partaken in that? How can you not have indulged?
Yeah.
I just do not comprehend. But he was kind of like, no, I'll let's do it. Like, I want to, but he wanted to make that effort on my behalf.
Yeah.
But I also didn't want my second date with him to be at his house watching a movie.
Because that's going to lead to other things.
Yeah. And like, I don't know you enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, anyway, I feel like I've digressed because I don't really have a strong answer. There are times that I know right away. And actually in those dates, it's like, okay, thanks, great, bye, see you later, let's do this again, and then no one says anything.
Oh yeah, I've gotten that a couple times, and I really would just like prefer like, this was nice, had a good time, or it wasn't nice, didn't have a good time, but like.
But no one ever says that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I lost my slipper.
Oh.
You're like, what are you doing under the table?
I definitely. Yeah. No one will ever say this wasn't a good time.
But like,
I used to
there's
have
nothing wrong. They're really like.
I used to not be
whatever.
able to reject people.
Really?
Yes, and I was. I just put myself in uncomfortable positions. Like,
well, I'm glad you've grown.
That's why people escape out of the bathroom window during a date.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why we have our friends on speed dial.
So you can get out of it. I have one time. I'm sorry. It was many, many years ago.
Okay,
I was in my late 20s, and this is
you
awful.
escaped out of the bathroom window.
No, we were at a diner. I went to some Jewish singles thing with my sister. Like, she's like, come meet somebody, and I met this girl, and the lighting was really like dark, and
the lighting wasn't even there.
And so I like hit it off with this girl, and so we made a plan to go out, and then we did, and I don't know, she looked strange to me, and we were supposed to go to the movies, and we were at a diner, and she was eating a turkey burger or something, and she ended up getting all this mayo on her cheek, and I was like, I don't feel well.
Oh no!
That was the worst. It was the worst. Like, I deserve every rejection I get after that rejection. I deserve, because that was just not.
Matt, we've talked more about how you've rejected people than how many times you've been rejected.
Holy shit! Look at me. I'm growing.
Okay, wait.
No.
So, how about this? What is?
I have rejected a few people in my time, but
that's good.
I've been rejected a lot more.
Okay, but what do you think is the worst rejection you've ever had? And it could not be romantic.
The worst rejection I ever had. I was supposed to do a movie for a friend of mine, and then I went and did the audition, and then his backers decided that they didn't want me. They wanted somebody else. And then my dad really never forgave him for that. Like, I understood, but like...
But that sounds like it was a really long time ago.
It was a long, long time ago. Well, my dad was alive.
It still sits with you.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Wow.
I can't say I'm really friends with that friend anymore, although that's all on me because I just don't reach out, because we would be friends if I reached out more, but I just don't. I had a friend, another one for a movie, who I adore. I had written this script for him, and then I was going to make this movie with him as a star because an idea came from who he was. And then my friend was like, you can't spend all this money and not make it about you. You want to be an actor, not a director. You got to make it about you. So I had to go to my friend and say, look, I think I can't do this with you. I have to do it with me. And he sent me a cease and desist order on the movie that I wrote. But we have since made up. But
that sounds like it was precipitated by your rejection.
Yes, but I mean, got the law involved.
Oh.
Got the law involved.
Oh no. That's okay.
No, most of it has been pretty much romantic rejections in my life, where somebody like at camp one summer, somebody was really like flirting with me, and things were progressing, and then all of a sudden she went off and was with some older guy.
Oh, it's so awkward because it's camp, and
yeah, and you can't go anywhere. Certainly, I fell in love with my best friend in high school. And just pined after her for a gazillion years.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's really dangerous.
Yeah. There's one I won't talk about here. but those are the worst, you know.
But what about
Sometimes you say to yourself like, well, I can't. The worst thing that could happen from this, is A, B, and C, and because I know this person well enough, that's not going to happen, and then that happens. That feels like the worst type of rejection. You're like, it can't happen. The worst, you'd say, this is the worst possible version, and I can't imagine that would ever happen. And then that happens, and you're like, wow, that'll knock the wind out of you. Because that's happened.
And it wasn't one that you imagined? It wasn't an outcome you imagined?
No, it was as bad as I told myself, like, well, the worst thing that could happen is this. And that won't happen because I know this person, and they'll say no, but they won't say no in this way. And then they say no in this way, and you're like, wow, that rocks you to your core.
So what about rejections for like roles?
I never got to a place where I couldn't take it personally, and that's a huge part of probably why I never could be a professional. Is I just
so
never.
That's actually huge, because at least the amount of times you've been rejected romantically, you keep trying.
Do I? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it feels like such passive swiping these days.
But it's not. It's not. It's not real. Those dating apps, like, it's not you can't take it so seriously.
No, but like the worst part about it is where then do you meet people?
Well, you
like
might
where else can I get rejected? Because work doesn't feel like the right place to do it.
I don't know. You just never know. I mean, I met someone. Well, I dated someone last year who I had known for a long period of time. Well, maybe I had seen him around for over a year prior to us actually chatting.
What?
Chatting.
Chatting?
And I think it just took me a little bit of time to realize. No, I mean, I can't remember. I think I texted him first about something irrelevant, and then it grew into something.
Yeah.
But I had, at that point, I had not ever expected to start dating someone that I had seen in person first.
Yeah, I mean, because things have changed so much, but yeah, that really is the best. I mean, my problem, and I've discussed this before, is that like friendship is a very attractive thing to me. Like, to me, a relationship should come from friendship, because those are the best, those are the qualities, those are the things that I want in people to like, that I want to spend time with, you know. So that gets me in trouble, because that's not how everybody else thinks, or they want to build a romantic relationship first and let the friendship come afterwards. So for a while it was like, well, you know, you do theater, so you should meet somebody in theater, and I kind of had through most of my life, but now I need.
Well, that is most of what
community.
you do.
I know. I need to find new things.
Well, our community too doesn't exactly lend itself to like the average single person.
No, and you know, they're gossipy and all of that horse shit.
I would say like role rejection has been so painful, to the point where I don't pursue it professionally. I sometimes would not audition for shows I didn't think I'd get cast in.
Yeah.
I would only like maybe, and over the last couple of years, I've been asked to do shows, and otherwise I might not audition for something if I don't know the director, or if I don't really know the show that well, or if I didn't have like a really good instinctive feeling about it.
Yeah.
But that's the hard part, is when you feel like you deserve something and you know that you could do really well at it if you if you had the chance. And that happened when I was in my mid-20s. It happened so many times that I got so mad.
Yeah.
I got so mad at my community. I didn't, people I would have made friends with. I just was like, I don't want to be friends with you because you keep getting this part that I want.
Yeah. For me, that's been job rejection. That where I sit and I go, I could be so good at this if you just gave me an opportunity.
Theater jobs.
Yeah, well, like as a theater educator, yeah.
Right.
Like a decade. I've had so much more.
But you have a theater job.
Yes, but it's, well, I mean, kind of. I do video production now. I mean, I have a job. I have a job where I work in the arts. Which
So
is
the jobs that you're talking
really
about
nice.
are like working
Like
at other theaters?
Before 7 years ago, I went through a decade. I went through my 30s and into my 40s working with a placement place and not getting a job. Like not. It wasn't until I started to work where I'm working now did I start to have more like full time. But before that, I would get rejected by so many letters sent out, so many conversations. I flew down to Jacksonville, Florida one time for an interview and lost out. Cheshire.
I think that was a fucking good thing that you didn't do that.
I'm sure it was. But
can you
but
imagine?
Still,
No.
we wouldn't be friends.
We would not be friends because I'm never going to Florida.
Ever.
Till
we take you to Disney.
I actually don't really believe that statement. I don't think I'm ever not going to Florida.
No, because you like the warmth. You would like.
I like
certain places. You'd like Miami. But for like over a decade, rejected so many times. I'd go in for interviews, I'd kill, and because I didn't have a master's, I wouldn't get the job over and over and over again. And there's a reason I didn't have my master's is because education was really hard for me, and to find out that I'm dyslexic. At least gives me now like a strategy for how if I wanted to continue and go. So this having a job offer, having two places want me in the fall here was very, very odd territory for me. And I think you saw at the fringes I was falling apart because I wasn't used to it at all. But like that's been more than role stuff. Partly because, it seems to be a lack of men all the time. It's work, it's jobs, theater jobs, like theater education jobs, that's the words. That's been a huge rejection for me. So let's go before, because we're rounding third here.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
And it's just the two of us.
Just the two of us. We didn't take 11 minutes to talk about poop. We got into our subject.
Poop I won't really talk about poop if Grady's not here.
Without the Grady here. It's his right-wing tendencies that make us talk about poop. He's not a right-winger. Anyways. So here's the myth. Rejection is always personal.
Well, it seems that way.
It does. It says, believe that rejection reflects their... people believe that rejection reflects their worth or ability. In reality, rejection can result in various factors unrelated to the individual, such as external circumstances or differing preferences.
I'm sorry. I'm all for like the high road remarks lately, but like, yes, it is fucking personal.
You tell them.
Because
Claire.
Because yes, maybe they do have like the director's like, oh, we're just gonna go in a different direction, or that person's like, oh, I just don't really think like, we work out together or something. It's like, yes, it is personal because personally they didn't want you. They personally wanted they wanted another person. They didn't want your person.
when it comes to dating, it feels like they want every other person except for me.
And I understand. I think in a professional setting and in a theater setting for us, like I do totally understand that I might not be what they're looking for. But that does mean it's personal.
Well, the problem with that is that especially locally, they'll have an idea of what they want before, and so you have to fit into this.
Yes,
and
exactly.
That's silly. I always hire talent.
I get caught up in the fact that I'm like, no, I know what you want, and it's me.
Yeah, it is. 2, rejection only happens to certain people. Many think that only those who are less capable or attractive face rejection. In truth, everyone experiences rejection at some point in their lives, regardless of their qualities. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's
true.
true.
Yeah, Brad Pitt has had rejection, but still, that doesn't mean that people have turned him down for dates.
We should get him on the podcast.
Yeah, can we get him?
I think so.
Denise, can you book him? There's our tribute to Grady. Okay. Number 3, this is where you can get your money's worth. Rejection means you're unlovable or unworthy.
Oh, no.
Yep. I mean, yeah.
No,
it's a direct translation. to being unlovable. It's easy to internalize rejection as a reflection of your value. However, rejection often stems from the specific context or situation, not a measure of your worth, except when it comes to you, Matt. Oh, that's weird that they put that in there.
That relates to number 1 or number 2. I can't remember which one it was, but like it's not. If you, and this is where I always challenge you, but if you are going there immediately, then you lack your own self-respect and self-love.
Yeah. I mean, what? Yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but how do you avoid that feeling? How do you, when it feels like a lifetime of rejection, even though here on this podcast, I've talked about a few incidences where I've done the rejecting. And there are a couple more that I didn't bring up, but it feels like a bit of a lifetime of rejection. It's hard to avoid.
If you only think about them, then it feels like a lifetime.
Well, what else am I supposed to think about, doctor?
This is why we have fucking gratitude every day, Matt.
I know. I wrote the other day
that you haven't been honest about your gratitudes.
I've been feeling like I'm struggling with how much I'm struggling with how to find gratitude.
Mm-hmm. And I think that makes sense. Like, and that's very normal. Actually, finding gratitude is actually very difficult, especially if you're so wrapped up in some self-pity or something hard that you're going through. I struggle with it too at the end of the day. Sometimes my gratitudes are kind of like a little frothy.
Yeah, but you also were the one who told me, like, we don't have to have gratitude on a grand scale every time. Which is true. True.
I do believe that we can have small gratitudes, and it doesn't have to be like, wow, what was I grateful for? Like, and it changes everything. Like the small things to me, like maybe my coffee this morning was the thing that I'm super grateful for.
Because it had pumpkin in it?
No, my coffee didn't have pumpkin in it.
Oh, what? Stu's doesn't have pumpkin?
Maybe it does. I just didn't want it. No, I mean, at this point in my day, I'm grateful for coming here and being distracted from the fact that I'm having an allergic reaction to a medication in my body. That I had coffee, that these pumpkin donuts were so delicious, and that we got to spend a lot of some time chatting about some important stuff. Like
we did. What we chatted beforehand almost made me feel like, how are we going to get onto our subject today?
Yeah, I know.
It wasn't intense, but it was. It had.
It was a catch up.
Yeah, and it was full. It was definitely full.
So it's the small gratitudes like that, and when it comes to self-fulfillment, that's what you have to work on. But it's not something that you get overnight. It's working on things that are fulfilling to you, but also like kind of trying to look more on the bright side to something. Let's say all the rejections that you got this week. That's why I said earlier this week, I was like, rejection is God's protection. Because somebody used to say that to me when they would they would be dating someone and then that person would dump them and they're like, whatever, rejection is God's protection. I was like, excuse me?
God is doing what? Why is God meddling? God has so many more important things to do than meddle in my relationship.
But the point is that it kind of goes back to the everything happens for a reason phrase, which is, these people who said they couldn't do the show for you this week. Like, it could have led all the way up to the point where you finally got the person, and that person could be the perfect person.
There are a few people on that rejection list that you would absolutely go, oh, that rejection is God's protection.
And I truly believe that. You not getting a job in Florida, you could have gotten eaten by an alligator.
Especially in Jacksonville.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or, and I also do believe that over time, the rejections I've received from people I've been dating or breakups, after some time apart from the situation, after it originally hurt, I've then determined that I'm better off because I'm moving on to the next.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I'd like to move on to the next, but yeah.
Well, because then
manifest destiny. That's really what it is.
I mean, also, I know you were married at some point.
That's true. I was.
But sometimes I wonder if the same partner for most of your life is that really great? Is that a good thing? I say that because I'm single right now. Because I'm like, I just want to have 5 more boyfriends for the next 10 years.
Well, it's certainly you know, a lot of people think like just having one partner doesn't make a lot of sense. I used to joke when I was a teenager, like, oh, the love of my life was going to be my second marriage. I don't know why I made that joke. I just did.
Well, but
But who knows?
But what is the? God, I had something good and it just
Oh,
flew
no.
away in a time capsule.
Maybe it'll come back if I
Wait.
say this next. Okay, quiet. Should we get quiet? So it
No,
can
no,
come
say
back?
your thing.
Okay, I was going to say, you should avoid all situations where rejection is possible. Well,
No.
obviously no, because then you would do nothing and you would just live in a bubble, and that wouldn't be fun. Rejection is always devastating.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. We can agree on that. It doesn't last doesn't last as long as grief, or it shouldn't. I think I've moved on from my crush from high school, maybe a little bit.
I remember.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so imagine you meet the person and it works out and everything's great. Is that going to give you...
Congratulations.
Is that going to give you eternal happiness?
No, because you're always working.
I'm talking about you.
Oh, me.
Yeah. Because this has been your issue.
Yeah, I do believe there's a lot of happiness, and
Because I don't think that way. I feel like as soon as I get into a relationship, then that's a whole nother smorgasbord of problems.
no, but I do think that there are richer happinesses within that. I don't think it's ever just one thing. I do believe I'll experience more happiness. I don't think it will be constant. I am what doctors would call codependent. And I really like having a partner in my life that I can share things with. I do think that there is a lot of positives in being a partnership as opposed to a single rider, a single skier. You know, I don't want to get to the top of the mountain and then go single, and then I have to ride. I have to ride the thing.
I have to say, I've become so happy single that
disgusts
I'm
me.
a little bit unsure about dating right now.
Like letting someone in. Yeah, you I don't know.
Like I'm doing it.
You had said something the other day about that. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
I don't remember what I said.
You said like at the end of a date, you were like, "Oof, I got uneasy feeling."
Oh,
Like it went well, but like then at the end, I got an uneasy feeling.
I don't really remember enough to
All right.
I think to even think about that, because I think since then there have been other dates.
Oh.
But like since
Yeah.
after that person, but to a
Look
different
at you.
person.
What is this? Like that's crazy. Like that's just not part of my life. There's not multiple dates, and it would be nice. But maybe.
I don't know. I truly believe that you are not making enough of what your current life is. Because I will say that
could be true too.
I didn't do the dating apps for like 5 months this year. And then every time I thought about it, I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not going back. I don't want to. I don't need to. I'm happy. The only thing that there's two things that I'm thinking about that I would like a partner for. One of them is buying a house, and the other is a big trip. Because I'm a little tired of traveling on my own, and I don't think I can afford a house by myself.
Yeah, no, I mean those are important.
I mean, also having children.
Those are important.
Maybe.
Well, whatever, kids. Blah. Those are like important things, you know, that are definitely like signposts of being an adult and moving forward in your life, and that makes total and complete sense. I was going to say something and I forgot exactly what I was going to say.
Time capsule.
Yeah, my time capsule. I don't know if it will work as swiftly as your time capsule, but you were saying dates, something about the dates. I don't remember what it was.
Multiple dates.
Yeah, I don't know.
Being happy.
Oh, I was gonna say I got rid of the dating apps. Like I got rid of all of them, and then I like kept one because I had like money in it for a little bit, and then I tried another one, and so I only have two. But I got rid of like the major ones because I just wanted to didn't want to do it anymore. And so for like a week, I didn't really like do it, but I got to go on a longer thing, and I have to try to find more community. But like, I don't know. maybe I don't want a partner. Maybe I just want to get laid. I don't know what it is anymore. I'm so confused.
It is very confusing.
But like at the core, there's just a lot of.
I think it's confusing when you don't know what you want.
Yes. The last couple things are rejection is a sign of failure, and you can predict rejection. I mean, yes, it's a sign of failure, but not in the way that failure is the worst thing in the world for you. And you can predict rejection. I don't even know what that really means.
I think if you know that something might not work out, but you go for it anyway. I don't know. I don't like that one.
No, because I feel like you may know about it, but then you don't want to go and do anything about it.
Well, I'll still, like, I might audition for a show that I know that I'm so out of left field for, but I'll do it for the experience. And then I won't get the role, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, I saw that coming.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
It is good as healthy to go multiple auditions and build up your confidence.
Absolutely. Because that's...
is going on dates.
But that's kind of like not my... That's like not up to me all the time. Like I can ask, but I can only ask people who...
Well,
and then I have asked people like face to face. And then again, that's like not my choice. I could just kind of put it out there.
Have you ever tried the law of averages, which is for every 10 people, you're bound to get one? It's a sales thing. Make 10 pitches, and 1 out of those 10 pitches, you're going to get one sale.
Yes and no. I feel very wary of being a creep. So, like, if I ask out 10 people, I'll feel like then
they
people
don't
are
know.
Like, oh, he just asking people out, or
well, you're not going to ask them out like,
like walking down a line.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I feel like I have, but I'm very self-conscious of not being a creep.
No, I think it's more like I tried this last year where I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm like, because it was a way of giving myself a time limit, and also like, okay, if I match with a person and it's going well and then we go on a date, that's 1. If it doesn't work out, on to the next. And so I'm like, 1 out of 10 people, it's bound to be maybe something.
Yeah.
And there's no time frame on it. Could take it takes months.
Yeah. So interesting. What do you think percentage of rejection dates did we talk about? Like 75% rejection dates, 5% rejection jobs.
Today?
Yeah. 10%
rejection jobs, probably 1%.
Yeah, it was small.
Yeah.
But that was, I mean, for me, for a long time was like the ultimate rejection. And it beat me down so much because I'm like, why can't I? I'm so qualified for these jobs. Why can't I break in? Why can't I break in? People with a lot less skills are doing these jobs. But anyways, I have a job now. Claire.
Yeah.
I think we were rude to Grady. We didn't let him speak at all.
I wasn't rude to Grady.
What, you think I was?
Well,
look, he's entitled to have whatever political opinion he wants.
You had to message. Sorry, I just got a text which I'm
is
reading.
Is it from a boy?
No, it's from it's from our friend who I invited to be a guest speaker.
Oh, nice.
And he said, "Do you know what the topic will be?"
You said you choose the topic, right?
I mean, he didn't even confirm that date with me yet. So.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to tell him
if we
picked the topic the night before.
We can do it in advance. I don't mean to. I just get busy. Anyways, we've done it. We really did it. And at 3 minutes, I was like, "Oh, are we going to be able to do it?" And we did it.
What do you mean at 3 minutes?
Like 3 minutes into this thing, when we started to talk about the topic, I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" But again,
no, we did it. Yes, we may have. I think we helpfully derailed. We should probably stop talking before people just like turn us off, and it's like they never know how to end.
No, they just wait for Grady to make fart noises. I will say this: let us know if you think that Claire deserves the $250 for being my therapist today.
That's so much money! Don't you dare ever give me that much money.
Oh, I've spent so much more money on you.
I know. We're just so imbalanced. I'm about like organic presence.
But we when it comes to presence, we do our own thing. We do our own thing our own way, right? You got 31 presents. Grady got 1. Was the money balanced? Almost. It's close.
I don't think it was. Oh, actually, I don't know. I don't
But
know. I don't ask.
but hopefully the joy that your presents gave you was equal to the joy that I saw that Grady had from his present.
I did. It was like really hard not having a present to open every day.
That I didn't think about. I did not think about
a whole
that.
month of present opening.
I was like, this is going to be such a spectacular idea. And then I forgot about withdrawal. That didn't work out. Anyways,
Okay.
thank you for listening to the Last
Thanks for
Wheel
listening.
Podcast. And Claire and I are just going to say bye.
Bye.
So I feel like I should say, what did we learn? That's what I don't know. Maybe I should go back to that. Maybe I shouldn't. What did we learn? Well, you tell me. I think we learned that rejection comes in different ways, and sometimes our perception of what is rejection has to do only with our perception and not with the greater picture all around. And I think when you get a little bit more universal and you can pull back a little bit, you have a better understanding of why rejection happens in so many times. Interestingly enough, though, at the end of the episode, we talk about Claire getting a text and confirming a guest to come on the podcast when Grady isn't here. And interestingly enough, we recorded that this morning. It is with Claire's friend Nick, and we talked about storytelling. We had a great time. So that'll be out in a couple of weeks, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for listening to the Last Will Podcast. If you like what you heard, please rate, review, and subscribe, and tell a friend. We really like to share what we do with as many people as we can, so we appreciate all of your support. If you want to reach out to us, we can be found at thelastwillpodcast.com and The Last Will Podcast on Instagram as well. And then there's an email to something, maybe it's Matt at thelastwillpodcast.com, something like that, if you want to talk to us. Till next time, onward, forward,